Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hey,
Good
good morning.
good morning. How are
It's
you today?
Christmas episode.
It is.
The the episode before Christmas. So
Yeah.
we're wearing our Christmas attire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shayna's is better than mine, but
Yeah. Yeah.
it's working.
I'm
So
the girl though. Mine has to look better than yours. Just is what it is.
it is.
I do have a joke though. Can I do a Jason joke?
Oh my gosh.
I
Go
found it
ahead.
yesterday and said I have to do this today. You ready?
Yep.
Why does Santa Claus only have pennies and dimes?
Hmm. Don't know.
Because he's Nicholas.
Ah. All right. All three of our viewers just left. Good morning, Orkin. We got to
Good
switch
morning.
directions. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. If you're watching,
Happy holidays if you don't do Christmas.
happy holidays, which includes Christmas. Um, if you're watching, drop a comment. Let us know you're watching. Uh, if you're working today, good for you. Good for you. Hopefully you're taking Monday off. We are. We've got our famous viewer from Texas, Tejas, Jeremy.
Mhm.
What's going on?
Jeremy.
Good morning, Adam. Thank
Good
you guys
morning.
for tuning in and checking in. What are we talking about today, Shayna? Let's just give them a little teaser.
Based off the feedback from 2023, personal, business, you want to talk business. What are you going to change in 2024?
What are we going to change in 2024?
Feedback could be anything from feedback from clients to your family to yourself.
Yeah, I got some awkward feedback last week.
Oh,
We'll discuss that a little bit because
okay.
I had to take it, receive the feedback, and try to do something with it. So um, we're going to ask Shayna to do the prayer.
Jesus, help us.
Jesus help us, yes.
Lord, thank you for once again another Friday. Thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for helping us get this day started. It is going to be a great day today, and I give you the praise and the glory for that. I pray, Father, that you just help us once again, just get out there and bust it, Father God, because everything that we do for you is for your glory. And so I want to do my best because of you. I thank you for the holidays that are coming up, and I pray that you just help us to find rest during that time frame, that you help us remember the reason for the season, not for the presents, but it's for you, Father God. And I give you the praise and the glory. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
All right. Uh, we've been, me and Mike have been praying before work uh, for 2 weeks now, intentionally. And both of our businesses have seen surprising increases. Surprising? We know where they came from, but it works. Dr. Dan, Santa
Dr.
Claus himself,
Dan.
has checked in. Merry Christmas. I'm surprised he's got time between
I was
running
gonna say,
service calls and
Dr.
getting the
Dan,
sled ready.
are you actually doing appliances today or are you preparing for the big night?
All right. So, feedback. This feedback is kind of, this Bible verse is connected to some of the feedback that I've received. And not the weird feedback, but feedback for the year.
Okay.
We're gonna go Proverbs 22 for the 22nd day of December. Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, 22:7. The rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. So, what does that mean? That means if I owe money, then I am working for that lender. I am only working to pay that off. And it may not be exactly true, but it's a big part of it. Like we have our reasons why, but if you owe money, you have to. You have a house payment, you have utility bills, cell phone, kids that just want money. You got a reason to do it. So one of the things I'm going to be changing in the coming year is eliminating the lenders that I am servant to. That's a big one. Uh,
It is a big one.
Dan says he's going to be doing both, fixing fridges and
And preparing
delivering
for
presents.
preparing to deliver presents.
Kurt,
Ho
thanks for
ho
checking in.
ho! I have that. It's on my shirt too. Actually, it's on my. It's all over,
You
isn't
got
it? Got
you
the
got to
ho
show
ho
them the
ho.
pants too. The
Well,
pants
let me
match the shirt.
stand up on my chair.
We never know what's going to happen. It's Freestyle Friday.
Today is Christmas pajama day, though, here at my office help. So I considered not wearing my Christmas pajamas for the show, but here I am.
And then she came out in hers, so I had to go run in and grab my EJ's ugly sweater.
He felt.
Uh,
I told him to put some pajamas on, but that's what he came
I
back
don't do
with.
pajamas. You don't want to see what I sleep in. Uh, all right, getting back to the topic. So
Yes.
you guys have been wondering what the feedback was I received that was awkward. So somebody told me 2 weeks ago that they've heard from some of my customers that don't want to use us anymore because I'm too arrogant. And that's not something I've ever been accused of. Maybe maybe you see it, I don't know. But I had to evaluate. And sometimes you you get feedback that you don't really like. Like there's I'd say liar and thief are probably the two things that I would not prefer to be called over arrogant.
Right.
Like it's just not something I want to do. I've never felt like it. So I had to examine myself and talk to some of my friends and say, "Do you see this?" And some say yes, some say no. I don't know, but
You didn't
uh,
ask me.
I didn't ask you. What do you think?
I do not see arrogance. What I do see is a person who is finding themselves like they have never found themselves, which tends to come off as arrogance to people who don't actually truly understand.
Fair enough. See, and that was well spoken, actually.
Thanks.
And that's one thing that I had kind of considered was I'm learning how to be a salesman. And one of the things that you want out of somebody that's selling is confidence. And I've never been really confident, but I have to exude confidence, and it may appear differently sometimes. So what can I do about it? Just knowing that that is a possibility that that I could come off that way. So now I can be mindful of it. So Doug says firsthand feedback has more credibility. Yeah,
Mm, unless it comes from
exactly.
Doug, you just never know.
Well, Doug would be firsthand.
I know, but sometimes he can be a little crazy with his answers.
Yeah. Feedback is offered for different reasons, and so you need to process it carefully. Yeah, and that's true. You have to understand what the intent is and where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Uh, like you could share the same feedback with me as these people that chose not to. They're talking behind my back, and you're sharing in love
Yep.
and respect. So let's
You
get
you
off of
missed.
me.
He asked what we're offering for free.
What are we offering for free? What are you offering for free, Doug? Talk to
I'm
us,
gonna
buddy.
I'm gonna offer smiles.
Says all feedback is still good feedback if it is not likely to be true. Even if it's not likely to be true, there is a story in that. Yes.
I think he's
Uh,
trying to weasel his way into this podcast.
so, well, I could send him a link. Uh,
I love you, Doug.
so the the last part of that comment, he said there's a story in it,
Hmm.
and you know when you get a customer that calls in with some negative feedback, right? They're not intending for it to be feedback. Sometimes they're intending for it to be a complaint, and they have this version of the story in their head from their perception. Whether it's accurate or not is besides the point. But if they care enough to share it, we need to care enough to receive it and make sense of it. Some of it ain't gonna make any sense at all. Some of it's an outright lie, and most of it will probably be coming in a tone that you don't want to receive anything. Uh,
There was a book that I was given about 20 years ago. It was a really good book, and I just looked. They've now got a second edition called A Complaint is a Gift, and it's talking about taking both positive and negative feedback like that, and what can you do with it. So
yeah,
it's a good book. If you've never read that book, A Complaint is a Gift, it was really good. At least 20 years ago, it was.
I've heard that phrase, but I've not heard of the book. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, so I'll tell you one thing about feedback and dealing with pressure situations like that from a customer. Uh, Jeremiah Webb, he has this video on his YouTube channel, and I really connected with it, and it was about matching the energy of the person on the other line. Like they have a legitimate issue, complaint, whatever it is. Whether they deliver it correctly or not, you can't control that. But you can control how you receive it and how you respond. And, you know, he did this example of this customer fighting mad, you know, you did this and you did that. And he's like, I know, we suck. How can we fix it? You know? And it's like he matched the energy, but not the same attitude. But like, justify it. Okay, yeah, I get you. I understand. I get what's going on here. Let's talk through it. Uh, Doug says, I've given EJ full permission to give me feedback. Not with Shayna. She can make me cry. Yes,
I did
correct.
make him cry once.
She almost made me cry twice before we went live. Good morning, Robert. Thanks for joining. Uh, so you've been getting some feedback lately, haven't you? From my office help.
Yeah,
What kind of
always.
things are you going to be changing?
Um, well, we are. So one of our biggest feedbacks have always been maintaining. I'm trying to think how to word it right. Maintaining our clients. So, for instance, EJ, you, my office help, we have someone who is over your company, right? And although you do have backups, so if they're not here, they are still there to maintain it. The problem is as people come and go, or we decide we need to move things around. For instance, EJ, you get moved to a new person, and then once again, you have to retrain them. And so, based off of that, we are in the process of implementing a process to help with that. So that's a huge one. So, um, who's your current lead right now? Netta?
Kaylee.
Kaylee. So Kaylee has actually created an SOP on you. How are you? How do we deal with you? What are your likes or dislikes? Do you want us just to run with it, or do you want us to ask you every time we need to blink our eyes if it's okay to blink our eyes? Because we have owners like that too.
And that's not
Um,
me.
but on top of that, are there specifics to your company that I need to know? Like if I was to become your lead or even to take over for the day, is there specifics about your company that I need to know so that you don't have to retrain me? And so we've actually come up with a process for that. And in the next 2 weeks, it will be hopefully 2 weeks, it'll be 100% put out for all of the companies. So that's one. The other is CSR is customer service representative. We are actually changing. My headset just told me it's dying. We're actually changing and trying a new process. So the person is still going to be called a CSR, but instead of customer service representative, they're going to be our client service representative. So
Hmm.
we're starting with one team member, and instead of her having 4 to 5 companies and still maintaining answering the phones and being a backup and helping other companies, she's actually getting pulled off the phone. We're giving her more companies, but she is only going to stay client focused. So EJ, when you send over, and yours is not one of them going, but when you send over a request, it is her job to make sure that everything is taken care of. So instead of being spread thin, trying to do everything, she has one focus, which is to take care of our clients. Whereas
Yeah.
other team members, they will have one focus of only answering the phones and scheduling. So it's going to help us with training and maintaining. And so
Is that
we're
Heather?
start no, because Heather is a lead over
Netta.
everybody. Um, we're actually doing Ashley C. So
Okay.
so it's going to be central right now, Central Mountain West Coast clients. And then we have another person coming in mid-January to do it. And then we're going to work on East Coast after that. So,
Excellent.
yep.
Excellent.
So they have to be team members that have shown dedication, that don't miss very often, but also know how to take care of our clients. So,
All right. And you got a
so some
bunch of them.
huge feedback, huge feedback. And we've been the one with trying to figure out how to keep everything the same as we pass to a new lead has always been a hard point for us. And this visionary here, some things, and the team is making it work.
Had a lot of change in the last few months, and hanging on is just keeping it rocking has been impressive. So uh, I can
Yeah,
see you guys at work getting better
yeah.
and more efficient, and I like it. So Doug says, great changes, Shayna. This will have an immediate impact on quality service. My office help is only an
It,
answering service.
I'm gonna stump you. Not
He
is
says it's
not
not an answering
not
service.
not. I took him around
Not.
back at Ashley and beat him up, so he will stop saying that we are.
Yeah. Well, that was at PSA when we started that whole thing.
Uh huh.
I said, "Do you answer my phones? Is that a service you provide?" But they do so much more. And
Anyways,
my office help is one of my focuses this coming year, and efficiencies as well. We have been working, me and Austin and Netta. and I hope to continue that effort into adding more pre-diagnostic questions uh, that streamlines the phone call so that the the CSRs instinctively know what to do because it'll pop up on their screen and tell them exactly what to do and what to say, so it comes off more natural. And what that does is it provides us, the tech side, more information that we can better handle our calls. So,
As long as you're
um,
asking the right questions. I had a warranty on my refrigerator recently, and I called the warranty company. I can't tell you who it is, so I don't know. So I think it's somewhere. Anyways, she asked some of the dumbest questions. And duplicate questions. Is this residential or commercial? Residential. So what kind of use do you use it for?
personal or business? Yeah,
But there was another question she asked, and I don't remember what it was. And I was like, what? How does that help anybody with anything at all? Like
right.
it was downright stupid. It was stupid. So, anyways,
Yeah, I was on the phone with a warranty rep yesterday, and we was dealing with a washer, and she was naming the different parts, and she said an agita agitator. I'm like, an agitator? Like, at, at least read the words before you start answering the phone. Like, say the words at least once out loud to
it's
somebody.
no, but I don't know. We had a CSR one time. She was with us for quite some time. This was near the beginning. She came to us and asked us if this is probably for Zach's because this was before COVID, and we only had two appliance companies before COVID. She came up and she said, "Is a washing machine an appliance?" Like, you still live at home, don't you?
Yeah.
Anyways, they just don't know. They just don't.
You know, you can't really hire the perfect person. It's like us. Like there's some of us that are techs and some that are salesmen and some that are neither. And finding somebody that knows a washing machine as an appliance and answers the phone well, um,
You got
and
to train
sell,
a
because
refrigerator.
you, you gotta you gotta pick your battles. You gotta pick your
You
battles.
do.
Uh,
You do.
so uh, feedback. I'll tell you, we were talking before. My favorite form of feedback is KPIs.
Hmm.
And as much as I talk about KPIs, my wife still says, "What's that? What's that?" I'm like, "It's our stats. It's our statistics, key performance
Percentages.
indicators." So if you're not watching the uh, the numbers, Jenny was talking about leading indicators and lagging indicators, and KPIs is kind of a lagging indicator, but it lets you know how things are going. So like you can feel great running service calls and feel like you're really knocking it out, but the numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Uh, and you know when you look at the numbers and it says, "Wow, you're actually walking a lot." And what's a walk? It's diagnostic only. You just go out, tell them to replace it, or they say they can't afford it. You, for whatever reason, you didn't sell the repair. Uh, that's a walk. And people don't call you to come to their house, charge them $100, and then still have the same problem on their hands.
Right.
That's not what they do. But you can feel like you're doing great, but until you see those numbers, it's like, okay, here it is. This doesn't lie. And if you have a good enough sample size, then you can make some sound decisions. Maybe you're doing something great and you want to keep doing it. Maybe do it a little better, hone in on that. Maybe there's an area that you service uh, that's really just costing you money. And it feels like you're making money, but not every dollar you take into your business actually adds value to your business. But how would you know? Uh, I run a report on zip codes and counties. I run reports based on which appliance that we're working on. So I know who's great at certain appliances, and I know what areas tend to sell better in.
Mhm.
And we got to make sound decisions based on that feedback. And a lot of people don't look at KPIs as feedback, but it is, and it's the only feedback that don't lie.
Do you do average tickets for those counties as well?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Because we did that. I actually started doing that back in 2006.
yeah,
And I did that primarily for the phone book so I could prove to the lady at the phone book that what we were paying wasn't worth what I
yeah,
was getting. So,
yeah. And
but yeah.
you definitely do it with your lead source.
Mhm.
Like you saying, talking about the phone book. If you're paying $1,000 a month for something, and there's a rep that's selling that to you, and you can show them, hey, this $1,000 got me one call for $200. Uh, I don't think I'm going to continue to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, uh, and that's one of the big mistakes I made, and it was fun, and I don't fully regret it, but I paid $3,200 to have a 30-second or a 15-second ad on the movie theater in my hometown. And it was really cool because we go to the movies a lot, and the whole family got to see it, and they were all in it, and we got two calls from it in 15
Mhm.
months, and I think total gross was like $900. Like, it didn't pay for itself. Now
Lesson learned. Don't do it again.
we're gonna get into some marketing, but I don't want to dip in. But there's a difference between uh, brand awareness, brand marketing,
Mhm.
and
Oh, yeah.
actual lead generation, and not lead
Yeah.
gen like we're talking about generally. But hey, I saw this ad and I needed this service, so I call you. Uh, your billboards, movie theater ads, something in a magazine ain't always the lead gen. It's just putting your name in front of them consistently over a
Toma.
period of time. Who
Toma. Top of mind awareness.
exactly? Who who buys a soft drink brand because they saw the commercial? They don't even think about it. You just go buy it, and but the commercial is what put it on your mind all the time.
Yep. Yep.
So what else?
What else? Are we still talking about feedback?
I don't know.
What about personally, EJ? What do you want to change in 2024 based off of 2023 or feedback that you're giving yourself with your life and how you are currently living life? One, I mean, you've recently changed. You started praying, so that's we're going to push that to 2024. We're close enough. What is something else?
Well, I think still on that topic. Um, what do you get out of praying is the the humbleness of saying I can't do this by myself. So we ask God to intervene and lead the way. Um, and for me, that is pretty much the principle of it. Is I want to depend more on God for the things that I do and the things I have. Uh, so I plan to increase my tithes uh, and give my business decisions to Him and stop trying to impress people with appearance. And what I mean by that is, Dave Ramsey says, we buy things we don't need to impress, with money we don't have to impress people we don't like. And I think I've been guilty of that for the last couple of years, and not in that vein of a way, but in the name of trying to exude a professional appearance of success. And there's a lot of people out there that think I'm much more successful than I am. And because of all of that, I'm facing some really big struggles lately. And it's well documented in the past videos. But I want to push back some of those things and just simplify what we do it well, and give it all to God. And that's uh, uh, aside from that, personally and business wise, I want to spend more quality time with my family. So I got kids that are of age that they're going to be moving out soon. Got two seniors, and I think I want to focus more on that too. Uh, Sal says, "You never bought anything to impress me. Did I miss something?" Uh,
Have you gotten a hat? Have you not given him a hat?
I haven't given him my hat.
BJ.
I'm sorry, Sal. You got a hat, didn't you?
I do not wear hats, so Jason got a hat.
Jason got a hat. Uh, Sal, he's always trying to push some buttons, get Doug, even when Doug's not even on the show. So, what about you personally?
Um, well, I had really truly gotten away from taking care of myself really, and so I have the last 2 weeks have refocused, getting up early again. And it's not an easy thing. It's not like I just bounce out of bed. I hate mornings. So, doing working out again. I've got to start my next. I have not started my vocal trainings again, but I've got to start that again. So that's in my mix. But really, truly focusing on me. Um, and I actually was taking some notes. I definitely think, I mean, Jason's now his office is in my office with me. And so I think prayer in the morning will be a good thing to add. Um, and do, who could not do with actually spending less? Amazon gets a lot of my money. So
But you've impressed us with that.
with my pajamas, I know, right? They're
Yes,
amazing.
yes. Everybody is much impressed.
If you need
Drop
the
a
link, I'll
comment.
send it to you.
Drop a comment if you're impressed by Shayna's
Pajamas.
PJs, and like the video. How about that? That's
There you
what the
go.
YouTubers say now, right?
Like the
Smash the
video.
like button if you
I
like the
don't know.
PJs.
Or and send me a message if you want to buy one for you or your wife
Sure.
or your kids.
How
They're the
about you
best
send me
ones
the
out
link?
there. I'll send you the link. You won't
Send
have it
me a
by
link.
Christmas,
I
but
won't.
next year.
It's Amazon though. We might have it tomorrow.
No, these took me 2.5 weeks to get. They've been in St. Louis, which is 2 hours from here, since last Monday. It took a week and a half to get here from St. Louis.
And that's only like 2 hours
Two
away, ain't it?
2 hours. Yeah, I was super excited because I thought I was getting them early. No, not
Flawsome. Okay. I,
blossom.
I don't know if that means like I'm full of flaws or if I'm just awesome.
Hmm.
All right then. Uh,
Okay,
we got to work today.
we do.
So,
And then we get a 3-day weekend. Ooh.
uh,
Unless you're a business
Matt,
owner, and then you really actually don't.
Adam's already saying December 28th. So, shopping on Amazon is over for Christmas if you're going to get it on time. If you didn't get your wife anything yet, shame on you.
Go to Walmart.
Uh, I got her something. I did.
I already got my Barbie, so I don't know if I'll get anything else.
Sal says, A person who embraces their flaws and know they are awesome regardless. I think he called me awesome. I'm gonna take that. Uh, so today is Friday. That means it's a work day. Go out there and do something. Help somebody. Do what God created you to do, and do it
I
well.
I think Dan's gonna send us some gift cards. I'll take that,
Yeah,
Dan. Thank you.
Dan, thank you.
You're
Just look up
so
weekday
nice.
appliances on Google, and we're on Google again. So you can just send us a gift card. Thank you, Santa. Uh,
Oh, say Adam's
yeah,
going to
Adam's sending
also.
us gift cards too.
Gosh, we are really
My
loved.
my office help in Energy, Illinois. The address is easy to find. I think it's like Ford something.
Just
Uh,
Shayna at my office help. Just I mean, it's virtual. Just send it to me there.
there you go. Virtual. All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. We'll see you next week on the other side of Christmas. So take
Yeah.
take care.
Bye, guys.